Hello my YouTube friends! You probably already know that Streamerbot is awesome. I got a little bit of sun yesterday, slightly uncomfortable, but we're gonna push on. Streamerbot has a massive update. There's a lot of quality of life improvements and new features in there. So today, I'm gonna give you the rundown so you know what. Let's get to it! Why put this off? Let's get right into it. So just in case you haven't updated yet, when you double click on your Streamerbot, it'll take a second for it to come up. Once it does, you get there's an update. You can just click download. It will back up your current one before it installs. So if you just click install, and there we go. Takes a couple seconds to come up, and it brings up this message that tells you about the trigger situation. It's been moved, and that code from 1 can't be done on code from 2 and that sort of stuff. So essentially here in actions, the biggest thing you're going to notice is that triggers is located here now. So when we bring up our sub actions, you can see that the trigger is listed right here. And it's even better because when you right click, you can test the trigger right here. It's absolutely fantastic. I love that. You also have a bunch of new styles of triggers and that sort of stuff. You've got a favorites right here. It's really, really awesome that they did this. They moved these. It makes life so much easier. So if you're somewhat confused about what triggers are, well, they are the things that trigger whatever action you're trying to do. So in our case, if we're trying to set up a chat command or something like that, then it's whatever happens in the chat line is going to set up the trigger. So for this particular one, this is our chat command for our nose trigger. And so we've got our command trigger right in here, and it tells you exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, of course, these are created from commands that are listed over here. So basically the action just says when this is typed in the chat, it's going to go ahead and trigger this sub action right here. You can see that this is an alert that you can set up, and we have it right now set to a command trigger. So when I do something that fails, people can type that into the chat and it runs a really cool thing. Now we do have a couple of things here that would be alerts, like our new member alert, and you can see this has two different triggers. One is a speech to text that I set up so I could test this, and the other one is just the YouTube source, so when we get a new sponsor, it goes ahead and triggers these sub actions. So that's what the triggers are, instead of where it used to be, which was in platforms. It was located deep down in here. Now it's located directly in our actions menu so that we can easily see what actions are triggering this particular thing. I absolutely love it. It's really smart and makes things a heck of a lot easier. And digging even deeper into triggers, if you wanted to set them up for alerts and you right click, well, you've got all of your Twitch alerts. You can run ads. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff, triggering effects for hype train and polls and raids and subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. For YouTube, you have the same kind of thing. You can have your chat triggers, and these generally are set up over in your commands area. Then you've got general, which is for new sponsors, new subscribers, all that kind of stuff. Then you've got your memberships, your gifts received, your member milestone, your members gifts. And then here in chat, you've got your super chat and your super stickers right there. If you're using integrations for tips or something like that, like I use Stream Elements, you can see that we have a tip. We can also trigger when someone buys merch or something. And of course you can add Spotify and all kinds of other tip applications so that you can pretty much monetize your YouTube or Twitch channel even if you're not in the partner program, which is one of the things that I think makes Streamerbot really awesome. It just helps you to integrate that stuff but make your scenes more dynamic and interesting. Another big update here is the integration of VTube Studio. So if you are a VTuber and you use the studio, you can now control it directly with Streamerbot. Very cool. They have also added Elgato's wavelength support. So not only is Stream Deck fully supported, but the wavelength is now supported so that you can set up all kinds of triggers that can control your volume, change your audio, and all kinds of other really cool stuff. It also has a new feature called Chat, and this is really cool because it allows you to utilize the chat in the same way that your audience would, without making it too difficult to figure out how to use or anything like that. So you could send messages, receive messages. Now you can also set it up if you want to go to Twitch, YouTube, or both. So it'll integrate both of your chats in here and make it easy to interact with them. If we go down here, we can see that in general we can execute an action. So we can basically trigger one of our actions really easily by doing that. And clear chat history, we've got Twitch actions down here as well. But if we go into settings, this brings up some really cool things. So we can respond by using our Twitch bot or our YouTube bot. And if you're not aware, that's actually kind of a new feature as well. If we go into our platforms, and if we go into YouTube account, we can set up a bot account that we can use to respond to the chat. It's not necessarily us, it's just a bot. So we can set that up right in here, just sign into Google, and you can use that on your chat program right here, so that if you wanted to use your YouTube bot or your Twitch bot, you could do that instead of responding as you. We also have this quick actions bar. So if you right click on any of the chat that happens over here, you can actually assign right here actions to any of those buttons. So if you have a bunch of things set up where you have your own kind of bespoke little triggers that do really fun, cool stuff, well, you can go in here and you can, click on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and you can assign those actions to that. So that when you get chat over here, you just right click on that chat and it's going to bring up something that looks exactly like this, and you just select which one you want to activate and it will perform that function. It makes it really easy for you to use the chat as well without having to actually type in chat. So you could actually type out a response that you want and set it up for one of these, and there you go. Very, very cool. Under display, you can show your timestamps and invert your chat direction, and then highlights has a couple of different things that you can set up in here as well. Very awesome stuff. So the chat is definitely something that I think people are going to get a lot of use out of. One of the problems that I always felt like with my point system and everything else was that I have difficulty interacting with the chat because I can't take the time while I'm live streaming to type in a message or anything like that. And of course my mods handle a lot of that stuff, but this allows me to interact in the chat as well really easily. And I absolutely love that. And finally, the other major feature is this variables feature. And this is going to show you all the global variables that you have set up. In my case, our channel points, I have the channel point name assigned right here, and I have set fail global right here, which will count all the fails that I do on the stream anytime that someone triggers that with the fail right here. Now I had to build a reset fail right there, but now that this exists, you can double click on it and I can just reset the value at the beginning of every stream. It also has your non-persistent globals, I don't have any set up, and your persistent user globals, which is my point system in this particular case. So it's really cool to be able to set all this stuff up. So here you can see I could put in names of people who have assigned points or changed points, and it's going to show me all that stuff. And since I only have it set up for YouTube, that's the only one that's there, but there can be multiples and all that kind of stuff. But this is really, really convenient to keep track of all of the global setups that you have. And when you get real deep into Streamerbot, you're probably going to have quite a few of these. So it's awesome. Now the dude making Streamerbot is just one guy doing incredible work that really does help the community. If you can buy something off his store, why not do it and support the guy? Or maybe just go into docs here and go to support the project. You can hit that Patreon and help him out. Become a Patreon, support the project. If you're going to use it and you love it, help to keep this guy doing this Streamerbot thing, because I'm telling you right now, this is an absolutely awesome tool. There is no question it takes a heck of a lot of work. So if you have the means and you use it, why not try to support him? Some really epic stuff. The streaming community is just so freaking awesome. That's why I love doing this so much. Did I miss something in this update that's important? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see how you can create a channel point system for your YouTube channel using Streamerbot, check this video out. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.